Hello beautifuls, this is Aromie here and welcome back to Changeling. Sorry for such the abrupt ending on the last video because I was coughing like hell. I chugged some water and tried to clear my throat, so hopefully the random cough attack, it's not going to come back and consume me. Anyway, let's continue on. She said Danny and Elliot were in it, but I didn't sit close enough to either of them in literature to ask about it. The only interesting thing about Tragan was Corvin managing to fall into a knee-high wastebasket. Chemistry was boring. Everyone had quite quickly realized Spencer would not engage, which meant they directed all questions at me. So I told them I'd been kidnapped by Bigfoot and Elvis. I couldn't wait until that rumor got around the school, and I really hope Kay enjoyed it. As soon as I reached the cafeteria, Danny ambushed me and insisted I have lunch with his group. Since it was better than eating alone, I didn't argue. Elliot was already waving at us from a table across the room, which made it even more impossible to say no. Danny led me over to where he and a few others were sitting. So everyone, this is Michiko. I shifted uncomfortably and all eyes were suddenly on me. Oh, the new girl everyone's talking about. Well, she is new anyway. You sitting here today, Michiko? Yeah, looks like it. I was relieved that no one argued. They just moved the chair around so I could just sit. I could sit sandwiched between Danny and Elliot. So, how do you know Danny? I looked over at the girl, talking. I had no idea what her name was, but she had a nice smile. Well, I moved in next door. Oh, so you're neighbors then? I nodded. Yep, that's what's moving in next door meant, pretty much. The boy who spoke leaned across the table and grinned. So all the things people are saying about you, are they true? James, come on, man. I was just asking. It's fine. And like I've told everyone so far, no, most of the things being said are speculated are not true. I really did get lost in the woods. I really don't remember it. Or rather, it really was attacked by what we think was a cougar while out looking for me. Yes, he injured one of his eyes. No, they're not sure how. It's actually nowhere near as mysterious as people try to make it out to be. It was just as sensationalized at the time. All that happened was that I got lost and Spencer somehow hurt his eye. So you really did see a murder in the woods? Christina. I think that's about as likely as encountering Sasquatch. Maybe it was a serial-killing Sasquatch. I like her. Well, anyway, aliens are also a popular theory. Serial-killing alien Sasquatch? Now that's just crazy talk. Everyone laughed and I was just relieved the conversation didn't seem like it was going to be the usual interrogation. Oh, Elliot man, I read about something yesterday that your club totally should investigate. Oh? Bat Squatch! Bat Squatch? You know, like giant bats? Oh my god. He gestured wildly as he started explaining the supposed creature to Elliot. I tuned him out and turned to Danny. So, I don't see Allie anywhere. I didn't see her yesterday either. Do you know if she eats somewhere else? Allie? Yeah, I don't think she eats in the cafeteria. Huh, I see. That was disappointing. I guess it meant I couldn't even have lunch with her. I wonder what she did eat. Maybe with teachers or something. Though I couldn't imagine that would be fun. But even if she wasn't around, Danny's friends were too bad. They were rowdy but really nice. I didn't usually like the crowds much, but after yesterday it was a nice change of pace to be around by friendly people. Speaking of the club, Allie mentioned she invited you to join it. Oh, yeah, well, haven't made your mind up about it. Well, I mean, I glanced back at James dubiously as he tried to convince Elliot that Bat Squatch was a visible topic of study for the club. Do you really study things like that? Danny just laughed. No, not really. We do look into the paranormal, but I suppose it's a little mainstream than Bat Squatch. Mainstream, I wonder if that was more along the lines of ghosts and ESP instead of UFOs and unlikely mammals. There are a lot of stories that have much more solid foundation beneath them than Bat Squatch. You don't think that maybe some folklore has a seed of truth to it? I guess it depends on the folklore. I mean, if you take something like the vampires of Europe, a lot of people think that certain historical figures might have inspired some of those tales with their less than savory behavior. But if you're suggesting that the seed of truth is supernatural in origin, I'm not sure about that. But it does make for a potentially interesting study topic, right? I suppose it might. If Allie invited you, then you should consider taking her up on it. It might be nice to have a new member. No, seriously, would love to have a new member. Hey, that's not fair. I tried to join too, you know, and your president kept avoiding me until I finally ended up joining something else, and now my schedule's too full. I thought you didn't join because the club room creeped you out. That's That's not it. I mean, it is kind of creepy though. I didn't think the Mysteries Club accepted new members. Everyone I know who thought about joining ended up not doing it. We take new members sometimes. I think people often just decide they don't have time for it. Huh, now they're making me kind of curious. No, low-key, they're just like, you're not fit for our club. And Danny's description actually did sound kind of interesting. At the very least, it was different than what I'd first imagined. I mulled it over for the rest of lunch, wondering just what kind of club it really is. I think curiosity would make me join the club, just to know, because you can always leave a club, you don't have to stay in it. By the time school let out, I was actually in a pretty good mood. As a bonus, the day had only had a mildly annoying moment, as opposed to the whole thing basically sucking. I was relieved. Allie showed up in my class to get me, waiting by the door while I shoved all my stuff in my book bag. We made a quick pit stop by my locker before she insisted on taking me up to the 4th floor to see the club. So, did you make up your mind yet? I mean, about trying out the club. You will, right? Well, I mean, you're kind of hurting me that way regardless. Yep. It's not like you have anything else to do. That's true. I'll just take a peek, okay? Alright, I'm sure you'll like it. At the bottom of the stairs, I paused and looked up. I'd been to the 2nd and 3rd floors, but never the 4th. I heard it just had a bunch of empty classes. Even when I was here in middle school, everyone had said it was haunted. We started up together. Are all the high school clubs up on the 4th floor? No, there are only about 5 others besides us. A lot of people prefer to use classrooms on the lower floors. Apparently it's creepy up here. I have heard that. Oh, whoa, it's so dark up here. I stopped at the top of the stairs, shivering slightly as I looked down the long hallway. It looked just like the one downstairs, but I had to admit the atmosphere was different. Maybe it was because most of the lights were off, or maybe the air was stuffy because no one really uses space much. It really did feel different, though. Come on! Allie took my arm and pulled me down the hall toward one of the open classrooms. Wait, I don't know if I read correctly. Was our best friend, like, also a part of this stuff? Like a witch or something? I stopped aside and peered in. No one else was there. I really hope we get to learn what they are before the demo ends. The club room itself looked pretty boring, actually. I was surprised, especially after hearing how creepy people found it. Instead, it just looked like a really normal empty classroom. It wasn't creepy at all. Looks kind of mundane, right? Ah! Jesus. I'm so sorry. That scared me. Oh my god. Out of nowhere, Allie practically shoved me through the door and something happened. So, what do you think? What? It looks what? Looks a lot bigger when you're inside it, doesn't it? I stared at her slack-jawed. She had the most infuriating smug look on her face. Bigger? Yeah, it looks bigger and completely different. Where did all this stuff come from? I looked at the hallway. It looked as normal as ever. The classroom was now brimming with furniture and decorations that had definitely not been in there when I first looked in. I rubbed my eyes, though I'm not sure what I expected that to do. Was I dreaming? No. I mean, obviously I wasn't. But how? As my voice dies out. Drinking water. I shook my head and walked back out into the hall. It looks totally normal from out here, and Allie! I couldn't see her either anymore. I burst back into the classroom and there she was again, along with all the decor and trappings. Whoa! I don't understand. What's going on? My head was spinning as I tried to work this out. Mirrors or something? It had to be mirrors or something, right? Yeah, I knew you were one of us. What do you mean? She grabbed my hands and squeezed them, grinning at me happily. Whoa, back up. One of us. What? A paranormal or a cryptic. Some refer to us as supernaturals as well. Mark? You sound uncertain. Wait, had he been here the whole time? He's so cute. He was standing in the corner by a large bookshelf, a book in hand, as he stared at me with the usual disdainful glare. No, I know it's you. I just have no clue what's going on here. He shot Allie a strange look and huffed an annoyed sigh as he snapped the book shut. She's probably still awakening, but I mean, she's obviously one of us. She's here, right? If she wasn't one of us, she wouldn't be able to see the club room. I studied Allie worriedly. Oh, so is Allie up here most of the time during lunch break? Maybe? Allie, you're kind of starting to creep me out. Why do you keep saying one of us? Like I've just been inducted into some sort of creepy cult. Also paranormal. Cryptic? Okay, calm down. Take some deep breaths before your blood pressure gets dangerously high. I know this is confusing, but I can explain. Just hold on. Very amusing. I don't want to take deep breaths. I want to know what's going on. Okay, well, you're a logical person. Just put 2 and 2 together. Clearly this isn't a normal classroom, right? Well, yeah. These are 2 possible ways to explain what you've experienced. Science or magic, right? Science wasn't my forte, but sure. But magic? I think I need to sit down. Allie helped me to the nearest sofa and Mark produced a glass of water from somewhere. For all I knew, he pulled it out of a hat. My head was spinning like crazy. Magic. Allie was not trying to tell me that this was some kind of magic room, was she? Or even before that, she was trying to tell me that magic was real? Feeling better? Not really. Allie just laughed. I glared at her. This is not a laughing matter. I was having a crisis. Are you telling me that magic is a thing? A real thing? A thing that actually exists in a real, practical way? Yes. I love the beautiful, like, those wind chime sounds. And this room is magical. Yep. And I'm magical? Most likely. Oh, I'm a magical unicorn. I stared at the door. I could see the hallway outside. It looked perfectly normal. There was nothing near the door that could explain what happened when I entered. No visible mirrors, cameras, or projectors. Heck, I couldn't even come up with the way it would be possible to do something like that with projectors and cameras. I took a deep breath and let it out slowly. At lunch, someone said this club doesn't take new members much. This is a club specifically for the supernatural members of that student body. Obviously, normal humans can't be permitted to enter. Typical humans can't see this room, not as it is. As you notice from the outside, it looks like a normal empty classroom. From the inside, it looks like a normal empty classroom. 2 normal people. In fact, the spell in this place actually repulses normal people, so they don't even want to enter it. A spell? Like a magic spell. Yeah. Is this how Alice felt when she fell down the rabbit hole? The spell is designed to protect the club from discovery. It can alter memories, perception, or even the room's location if it needs to, all toward that end. I was still trying to get my head around this. I mean, logically, I knew none of this could be true. But here was Allie, someone I trusted and knew was down to earth, and she was telling me this was real. And maybe it was a prank, but I really didn't think Mark was the sort to play pranks. Based on our meeting the previous day, I was almost certain he didn't have a sense of humor, and Allie wouldn't do something like this to me, not today. I looked up at her and she patted my hand gently. So I can see this room because I'm not normal. That's correct. What about you? Oh, see, I'm right. Well, I'm a witch, the magic-using kind. I tilted my head slightly. Oh, okay. Actually, I hadn't expected that answer. Okay, let's assume for the moment that instead of thinking you're just insane, I believe you. How did you know I was a, what do you say, cryptid? I mean, you invited me to the club this morning, so you already knew, right? Cryptic is the word you're looking for. We're not animals. Cryptids are creatures that can't be proven with science, but cryptic is just a name some people adopted for us. It's shorter to say than paranormal or supernatural, so a lot of us go with it. Hey, unless there's a test on it, I'm not interested in vocabulary at the moment. Is she always this sarcastic? Only when she's upset. It's sort of like a litmus you can use to tell how close she is to having a complete freakout. Huh, I see. I'm right here, and what I'm interested in how you knew I was a cryptic, or at least why you thought I was. Blood pressure. Allie! Okay, that would be because of Corvin. Corvin? What does he have to do with it? Remember that book he dropped? Yeah, that creepy one? It wasn't just a book, it was a grimoire. Grimoire? I don't know how to pronounce that word. Well, hello! Carmen was standing at the door as if he'd just come inside. And it's not creepy, by the way. Don't call someone's grimoire creepy. I love his pout. Hey, Cor. So, we were right about your friend. Well, you can see for yourself. Welcome to the Paranormal Mysteries Club. Michiko, right? As usual, he was pretty bubbly. He waved at me from across the room. They say it was a grimoire, like a magic book. That's right, and normal people can't see it, so when you so kindly wanted to pick it up for me, I knew you couldn't be a normal human. Thank you, by the way, that was nice of you. If I'm not normal, then what am I? A witch or something? And does this mean Spencer is magic too? Because I really don't think letting him have magic is a good plan. Who's Spencer? My brother, my very paranoid, emotionally delicate brother. While I was speaking, Corbin wandered over and sat on the table next to the sofa, and immediately overturned the glass of water Mark had given me. Sorry. He jumped up as the cascade of water ran down his pants and down the arm of the couch onto my lap. I was still too shocked by the whole magic thing to even react. Sorry, I'm sorry. Ugh, sorry? He's like over it. He's like, ugh, sorry, I guess. I do this 24/7. I can't do it no more. He looked around, presumably for something to wipe up the water with. I just sat there, staring at my soaked jeans dumbly. Allie, perhaps you could... Don't worry, I've got it. Annoying as that was, this should prove it to you, Michiko. She flicked her hands towards me in a strange circular motion and chanted something under her breath. I felt an undeniable wave of warm air and looked down to find that my clothes were completely dry, as was the sofa. I patted my hands over my legs in wonder. There was no sign that they'd been soaked through only moments before. Whoa. That even dried my underwear. Creepy. Did she pee her underwear? Really, Allie? Come on. His pants were still soaked all down the front. Maybe if you learned to actually read the mood for a change. It wasn't on purpose. Help a guy out. Air magic really isn't my forte. Corbin made his best attempt at his sad puppy eyes. Allie sighed and rolled her eyes before repeating the hand gesture and chanting she'd previously aimed at me. This time I saw something. It was kind of hard to describe. The air around Corbin seemed to ripple and the water was suddenly just gone. This is real, isn't it? Allie turned back to me. I knew I was gawking up at her, but I couldn't help it. I mean, none of this was possible, except I was watching it happen. No mirrors, no tricks. This was the real thing. Oh my god. You're telling me that I can learn to do that kind of thing? Now that we don't know. There are a lot of different types of cryptics, not all of which have inherent magic, and we don't really know what type you are. There are many that are non-human. Thanks, Mark. I'm wondering how you got here, Mark. Wait, if I was some kind of not human thing, wouldn't my family know that? I mean, they'd sort of be not human things too. You'd think that, but it depends on the situation. In any case, some people get infected with something that changes them. Like zombies. No, like vampirism or lycanthropy. I am not a vampire. Wait, vampire? No, you are most certainly not a vampire. Hey, why are you saying that in such a snooty way, mister? But infection isn't the only way for humans to acquire supernatural abilities. Aside from being born with innate magic, there are lots of reasons humans develop powers. Being descended from paranormal creatures is one reason, like having fae or elvish elvish blood somewhere in your lineage. Elves? If you did, there's a good chance your parents wouldn't even know, depending how far back it was. And fae blood can lie dormant for generations before rearing its head again. He was talking to me about elves. I gripped my forehead tightly. I could almost feel my brain being crushed under the weight of all this. What everyone is trying to get at is that there are lots of possibilities. If you have never demonstrated magic before, it's probably just developing right now. And probably for a reason similar to what Corbin just stated. So now you're telling me I'm not even human? I'm a fairy or something? Calm down, no one is saying that. We don't know anything for certain just yet. There are ways to find out though. Some of them just take time. I don't think I want to join this or be a part of this. I mean, suddenly being not even human, it felt gross. Psh! I think it would feel cool, but also mind-boggling because it's like, holy sh... I thought I was a human, but I'm not. You're telling me I'm a magical fairy? What? Just thinking of the idea that I was not even what I thought I was my whole life. I didn't like it. I caught that look the three of them shared. What is it? It's just that you don't really get a choice. What? Just listen, if you think about it logically, people like us can pose a huge threat to human society. If not because we have unusual abilities, then because by not keeping that secret, we could disrupt things. There are other reasons as well, but those are the primary ones. As you can imagine, there are organizations in place to govern people like us, since normal law enforcement can't really do it. Organizations like government organizations that keep track of cryptics. So now that Part of the reason this club exists is because we kind of help keep an eye on the cryptics in the school and town as a whole. You mean there's more than just... Wait, Danny and Elliot are in this club. That's right. So they're also cryptics. And there are quite a few others. Once we discover someone's new, we're obligated to report them and bring them into the club. The cryptic registration office lets students register through us because it's less stressful than having to go to the local agency. But people who don't cooperate with us have to deal with them directly. It's way better to deal with us. I mean, they're not mean, really, but still. The agency is definitely full of weirdos. You don't want to meet them anytime soon. So I don't get a choice at all. Look, it all sounds scary, but it's not. The world is about to become really amazing. And think about it this way. What happened to you and Spencer as kids may be connected to this. That wasn't entirely implausible, actually. Remember when we were little, you and Spencer used to always tell me about the things you saw out in the woods. We were just playing, though. Weren't you? It was so long ago. My memories were understandably fuzzy. I remember Spencer and I had imaginary friends. Sometimes they would come and talk to me at night, and was all that real? Then, when I vanished, when Spencer was attacked, the things he said back then, we can help you research that. Maybe find some answers. Maybe find a way to help Spencer and fix whatever broke there. You really think I could do that? Sure, if you learn about yourself, surely you'll learn something about your twin too. But if I'm cryptic, yeah. Obviously, he doesn't have to be one as well. But I didn't like the other options, so. But if I'm some kind of secret girl wizard or whatever, doesn't that mean Spencer is too? Well, I mean, not girl part. Not necessarily. Cryptics have weird genetic quirks. Like I said, with certain types of lineage, it's possible that no one will have even the slightest affinity for magic, or exhibit any cryptic traits for decades. Then it suddenly pops up again in one person in one generation, as strong as when it was first injected into the bloodline. That's why something like that might be more probable for you than just spontaneously developing magic. Though, that does happen too. Rarely. But it doesn't mean he's not. You are twins after all. It's just given his personality, we might want to approach him more cautiously. This is all way too much. I think I need some fresh air. I stood up and gave Allie a shaky smile. Michiko, just for a few minutes, please. I just can't absorb all this at once. I stepped around Mark and Corvin, heading for the door. The room felt like it was closing in around me. I had to get out of there and get back to reality for a few minutes. I could contemplate the implications of all this in a place. It didn't make me feel like I'd fallen down a rabbit hole with no hope of getting back home again. I didn't even know where I was going, just out, just away from here. Someone stepped through the doorway just as I tried to leave. Can you please move? Oh my god, what? Where's Ewan's head? Huh? My words trailed off to a terrified squeak when I looked up at the boy I was speaking to. He had no. My vision blurred and my entire field of vision narrowed in on the empty space above his shoulders and the gaping hole where his neck should connect to his head. Stunned, I turned back to Allie, though I don't know what I intended to say. My airways constricted and for a moment I forgot how to breathe. I would scream by this point. My knees started to go all wobbly and I knew I was about to hit the floor. Chico, I think I'm going to pass out. Oh god, that sounds horrible to sound. It sounded like a ball hit the ground or something. And with that, everything went black. Oh no! You guys did not! Thank you for playing the Changeling demo. If you have any feedback and errors, well, there were no errors. No worries. Oh my god. You guys did not leave it off like that. But they did. Though. Gotcha baited. Whoa, guys, this game. It's so amazing. I have never felt so excited for a game, like a visual novel game, in so long. Then again, I haven't been playing other visual novels lately. Because after I finished Nameless, I haven't found any that really intrigued me. I know, the Cinderella story one I did a demo of is released, but I don't plan on making a full gameplay of it. because, you know, it's already out. It's been out for so long. I'm probably going to just play that off camera to actually have a visual novel just to play for fun. But this, different art style, different story, background, everything. Oh my god. I cannot wait for this game to come out. I am so in love with this game. I love all the characters and the way they introduced each character was amazing as well. I didn't feel like they rushed to show us every single guy. So that was nice. It was a progressive way to meet everyone. And the way they left off the demo is perfect because it makes you want to know more. We now know that Aire is a wizard. We don't know what the other guys are. I'm assuming Mark is a vampire. Ewan has the head. I don't know what that is. I don't know what kind of mystical creature that is at all. But I am so in love with this game. I feel so bad that I read the message so late to look this game up. But this was worth all my sick voices. Thank you guys for listening to my sick voice. But if you guys want to like develop your own like powerful feelings towards all these guys, and your best friend, that finally a best friend in the game that's not a jerk to us. I mean, Nameless, our best friends were jerks either. I forgot what game it was that I played that had a jerk of a best friend. But I cannot wait for this game to come out. I'm really praying this game does come out on Steam and makes it through, because this is amazing. It's just so amazing. I don't know how to describe it. I love the art. I love the progression of the storylines. All the characters have such great backstories. I want to like pursue each and every single one of them. Usually in visual novel games, I only pursue like maybe one or two, or mostly one of them. And the other guys are like, eh. But this is the first game where I want to pursue every single guy just to know their backstory. This is beautiful. This is so beautiful. It reminds me of when I got so hyped for Seduce Me. Same feeling, where I want to keep playing the game forever and ever until my voice dies out. But thank you guys for watching. Thank you, Esh, for contacting me to test out this game for them. I'm so sorry that I read it so late, like a month later. But I cannot wait for this game to come out. I believe they have a Kickstarter still. I'm not sure if it's still up, but I will leave their Kickstarter in the description box. Like always, I always leave the games down below if you guys want to go download it yourself. Fall in love with the characters. Tell me which guy you guys are in love with. I'm in love with all of them. If I had to pick a favorite, I don't know. I'm leaning more towards like Mark now. Mark, William, and Ewan. I feel like I'm leaning towards those three mostly, just because they all give me that mysterious vibe. And you guys know me. You guys should know my type of boy. I like an anime too, but visual novel, I always go towards the quiet, mysterious boys that are really cold towards us. I don't know why. I think I like the challenge of trying to make them open up to us. Just love that challenge. They're so cute. I cannot handle. I think they're all actually on this side. Are they? I feel like all the guys are on this side. And these guys are potential, but I feel like I favor these. I really wonder what my magical power is as well. Like, what am I, and the backstory of that. And if I really did injure my brother Spencer, my twin brother Spencer, and if our relationship will get mended together. Because my relationship with my brother, we're like really close. We're like super close. We tell each other anything. So I want her relationship with her brother. But that's gonna be it of this Changeling. I'm so sad. I cannot wait for this game to come out. Someone should remind me if it comes out too, because I'm really bad at that. Like, I didn't realize Seduce Me 2 was out until like someone mentioned it in one of my previous like season 1, and they're like, hey, really, the game's out. Same thing with the Cinderella game. Someone did tell me in the previous demo videos, like, hey, the game's out, you should go play it. And I was like, oh, well, crap, really? Is it out? I thought they were joking, and then I checked and it was real. I haven't downloaded it yet, but I will download it, and I will probably play it off camera, because I don't think anything can compete with Changeling right now for me. But anyway, if there are other games you guys want to make me test out, like visual novels that need a little spotlight to them, I will definitely do that. And for visual novel creators, go ahead, reach out to me. I will definitely play the game if I feel like it's best on my channel. And even if I don't play it on my channel, I'm usually playing it off camera. So, yes. Thank you guys for watching. Stay beautiful. And I guess I'll see you guys sometime in the future when this game comes out.